Have we got one more chance in us?
High line held by Wigan as Brunt stands it up. Fletcher on the edge of the box beats him, but it drops loose and picked up by Rathbone on the corner of the box, forced wide. Barnett's in support, he tees it up, stands it to the far post, and it's headed away from goal by Lee as he stretches to keep it alive. Picked up by Longman. Wigan still stuck in the box. Nice reverse pass. Longman finds Lee, who typically cuts on his right foot, stands it into the edge of the area, half-headed clear, it drops kindly for Tickle. It was Barnett in the middle of the 6-yard box. Not, I suppose, the player you necessarily want in there, attacking it, and he caused the problem. The ricochet off a defender, though, was kind to Wigan, and an opportunity is gone.
Yeah, and will there be one more in this game? Just looking to the last 2 minutes. Elliot Lee does well, just floats that ball in, and like you say, it's Ryan Barnett who finds himself in that middle of the box. Probably just not the man you'd want there to try and generate anything off the cross. It just won't fall.
Scrappy spell of play in the middle of the pitch until Cleworth's head lets the ball drop for Brunt. Now then Lee crosses the halfway line. Longman is ahead of him on the touchline. Lee carries it down the flank well. Longman now sweeps in the cross. Fletcher just beaten to it, but he's got a block on it, and the deco can only hit as far as Rathbone. 90 seconds left. Brunt switches well to Cleworth. Barnett is ahead of him. Feeds him in. Chance to go at Robinson. Goes round the outside. Robinson sticking with him. Barnett delivers the cross. It's a good one. Oh, and Lee just short of making contact with it. Longman now with a chance to run at Dale. He steps over, hits the goal line. Good defending. It ricochets away. Longman wants to win the corner. It's come off him last, but he's kept it in. Ball quickly shifted back. Wrexham finishing this game as we enter the last minute, putting the pressure on. Ball helped on by Lee. Longman on his right foot sweeps it in, edge of the box. Great header, clear that. Diving header away by Robinson. Through into Wrexham, level the edge of the area. 40 seconds left. Wickham have scored. Wrexham need a goal. Longman, level the edge of the box. Takes on his man. It ricochets off him. Can he stop it going out of play? Yes, he can. He's done well. 25 seconds left. Lee feeds to the edge of the box. Wrexham on the foul, but it's a good challenge by Adiko.
Wigan is standing up. Sorry, Mark. Wigan is standing up really strong. Can Wrexham get that ball into the box?
Looks like Taylor scored for Wickham in added time. The big centre back. We've got 5 seconds left. Will the ref just give us one last chance? Nobody's back for Wrexham. Okonkwo's on the halfway line, and Parkinson's pointing that out. Barnett's got to drop off 30 yards. This is it then. Longman with a long throw. Ref gives the go ahead. He hurls it into the near post. Good distance. Flicked on and hacked away from under the bar. Wrexham scrap for it again. Lee in the box is smashed clear, and that is that. The crowd go up. Wigan have earned a goalless draw against Wrexham, and it looks like Wickham, with 2 minutes left, are going to win with an injury time goal. We said one goal can make all the difference, and Wrexham have dropped 2 points here. Wickham look like they're going to get the 3. Huge frustration for Wrexham. A massive following came, but they weren't able to see their team break through Wigan's stubborn defence. That's not something I'm saying to be critical of Wigan. Wigan have been excellent and defensively, and when they've had to come forwards, they have done well. We certainly didn't have control of that game. There were passages where we did. The opening of the match, the start of the second half, and the start and the end of the game, but it would be misleading to suggest that we dominated that match. Knocking balls in behind Wigan's defence didn't really work. The pitch was taking a bounce. It looked like slick, and as a consequence we weren't able to get good service in when we played that pass, and there were chances were few and far between. In fact, Asamoah, probably the most dangerous looking player on the pitch, forced a good save from Okonkwo after a breakaway from a corner, as a Wrexham corner that is. And so Mia and Andy are on their way down if you want to join them on the Wrexham YouTube channel to see them break that match down. But we took advantage last weekend, but Wycombe have narrowed that gap and their fans are really delighted with that. They're staying behind to give their team a standing ovation. That shows how much it means. But like I said, very little in terms of goalmouth action from Wrexham, frustratingly. And as a result, well, we now go into the Easter weekend, always a massive, massive point in the season with everything to play for. Frustration for Wrexham, but we are still in there with our fate in our own hands with the final score of Wigan Athletic 0, Wrexham 0. We've been Mark Griffiths, Mia Roberts and Andy Morrell from Wrexham AFC.